So we have with us Suyog Shetty, CEO of Niveus Solutions. Hello, sir. Welcome at the third edition of ETCIO Data Plus Center Summit. First thing first, you had a presentation. Tell us about the presentation.
The presentation was on innovating on cloud, and some of the key points which I highlighted was in terms of how companies should be looking at it, right, and how the end goal and the ROI should be driving the adoption on cloud, and wherever they have done that, how we have seen the success in terms of the adoption, because most of the organizations where we are working on, a lot of things are done in silos in terms of the IT operations, in terms of migrations, in terms of cloud native development. But until unless it's all linked to the end goal and the ROI, I think some of these programs may not be successful. So one of the key takeaways which I wanted to convey was in terms of how to link that to the final ROI and drive the whole adoption process.
Now, what are the challenges that you see, and how are you offering a solution towards that? Also, while offering the solution, how that solution is a better experience for your customers?
All right. So one of the key challenges, especially in the enterprise adoption, is and which I called out, was in terms of the whole people, process, and the culture which is required, right? Because it starts with the overall change in mindset in terms of how applications and systems run on cloud, and based on our experience working in this space for last couple of years, that has been the biggest bottleneck, because until unless that has been addressed, a lot of things what we do on cloud is still look at from a perspective of an on-prem systems, right? So when we work with customers, I think the first thing what we do is in terms of addressing that aspect of it, right, and bringing the culture, because we come from the whole cloud native and the cloud born organization, so we bring in that perspective and the knowledge, and help work with the customers to kind of fix the cultural aspect of it. Because post that, I think, working on the technology, I think if you look at from a Google, there are multiple technologies which is helping them to kind of adopt, whether it is the whole containers, Kubernetes, or the BigQueries, right, and stitching the entire process. But I think this is the first and the most important thing which needs to be addressed before the adoption happens.
Okay. Now, multi-cloud management to sustainable IT solution comes on a cost. How do you manage the economics of the cloud management?
Okay, so one of the key challenges, whether it's a multi-cloud or a single cloud, has been the cost aspect of it right now. And one of the points which I made was, if you do not adopt, the first thing where the companies are not doing it right is because you're just moving what is there on-prem and then taking it to the cloud, right? Now those systems are not designed to be running on cloud. You will get the maximum leverage only when they are designed and operated in the right way on cloud. So that's the first thing. So if you're having systems which are not being or designed in a cloud native way, the chances of you not getting the full potential of it is going to be less. The second aspect where the things are not, where there is a leak and inefficiency is also in the whole governance process, right? While we start migrating, doing cloud native operations on cloud, if you do not build a process and a governance model which is very specific to cloud, right, and still continue to adopt your processes on-prem, that's the second aspect which needs to. So you need to develop and build a process and a governance model which is very specific and in line with your business goals. So that's how you're going to optimize a multi-cloud. Now it doesn't matter if you're going to have a single cloud or a multi-cloud, but these are the certain aspects which needs to be addressed as part of it.